What's up, fellas? Nordoom here, playing some Cards and Castles. So this is going to be my ranked deck for the month of March. It's called Infinity Strike. So just kind of showcasing this deck to you guys a little bit. This is going to be the first iteration, and I'll talk a little bit about the deck and what I'm thinking. And similar to the Pauper Peasant Bomber deck, I'm going to play some videos as I'm ranking up. And every few videos I'm going to revamp the deck and from my learnings from the games. And the idea behind this is you guys can see the deck evolution plus how I'm reacting to gameplay and how I developed this deck. So typically every month I post my ranked deck, the deck that I came in to rank 1 with using that month, but I post you the final product. This is not the final product. This is where I'm starting at whatever my rank is. However, I have a feeling because they just recently changed the rankings that I might not have as many games needed to get to rank 1. So we'll see. But yeah, well, let's take it from there. So right now in this first iteration, I have a few cards in here which are not necessarily towards the strategy of the deck. They're just in there because I haven't played test them as much, and I wanted to play test them a bit more. So you can see all the cards. I'll go through them. First, let me talk about the strategy of this deck. So I'm trying to play a few cheap units, get them on the board, and deal some damage. I'm going to try to make use of Harmonic Balance as one of the key cards to pump up my guys and deal some damage. And then towards the mid game and end of the late game, I'm going to try to, and end of the mid game, I'm going to try to use cards like Tag Team and also Final Strike to maybe get in some more damage. And I have Tranquility in there as a bounce, and I'm trying to hopefully get a bit more value out of Sniper and Kuru, of course. So that's the basic gist and idea of the deck. No real combo or powerhouse thing going on here. I'm just trying to make an efficient ninja pirate deck that gets in some early damage. I can be a little bit aggressive with it and wins the game. And I think it'll do pretty good, actually. I haven't play tested at all in any live games. It says 11 wins, but that's just in practice mode. And the reason why I play games in practice mode is just to see how the draws are going. I built this deck about 10 days ago, almost 2 weeks ago, but I haven't touched it since because I was waiting for it to start a new season. So let's go through each of the cards, and I'll tell you why it's there. So Phantom Strike, it's a common. It can be a removal card, that's why it's here, but this card can also maybe help me win the game by getting in the last bit of damage that I need to get in. So the one thing I do like about it a lot is that it has +2 attack. So not only the range, but that +2 attack can be useful. Harmonic Balance, I already said I wanted to get a few units on the board and play this card. I'm thinking if I can get 3 units on the board when I play this card, I'll be getting a lot of value out of it. Even if I get 2 units on the board, that's 6 damage. And the idea here is I want to have more units than my opponent, of course. And ideally, I want to use this card to drop down my opponent's castle's health by a good margin and maybe even win the game in that turn when I play it. Sea Witch, cheap unit, has range, and hopefully I'm going to get good value with Harmonic Balance from it. Skeleton, same thing, cheap unit, and it has 6 health, so it can survive a little bit, and again for Harmonic Balance. The cheap cards I can also use Tag Team with, hopefully. So we'll see, but I think one of the key things I'll use Tag Team with is Sniper to reset him after he shoots. Rat King's in there just because, and hopefully Harmonic Balance will get something out of it. I'm running Throne of the Emperor here. I don't like this card I like this card. I do like it a lot. I'm just very wary because of the discard ability, but I think in this deck it should hopefully do okay. Especially with a few of the cards like Sea Witch. Sea Witch, when Throne of the Emperor is in play and I cast Sea Witch, then Sea Witch will be able to run up and hit the castle on the same turn. So that's why I'm liking it. Trying out Eternity Strike, I've heard good things, but I haven't played it in a deck yet. And this card looks pretty good. So I want to see if I can actually get value out of it when playing. The only thing is I'm playing a few range units in this deck, so we'll see if that detracts from anything, but I'm playing a good number of units. Sniper in here, like I said, I want to try to get value out of him with Tag Team. Harmonic Balance can pump him up, his damage up again, so he can get in off another shot. Throne of the Emperor also gives +1 damage, so that should be pretty good. Final Strike is there, Tranquility is there, so I'm hoping this card will not have any drawbacks in this deck, and I won't be in need of using him when I want to use him. I'm also running 17 units, so that gives me a little bit of leeway if he's a dead card on the board at that particular time. Dojo in here is to reset some stuff, like hopefully Sniper will come back to my hand or something. And like I said, yeah, that's really it. I like Dojo as a card, but again, since it's so early for this version of the deck, I might end up cutting it. I might end up cutting any card in this deck. Nothing is for certain at this point since I haven't played any games at all. I might find I have too many 3-drops or too many buildings or all that balance is not needed. Tranquility is just a 1-of right now, but I think it'll be good. Now, Witch Doctor, I'm unsure about this card, and I have a strong feeling this card will get cut. Just because he's doesn't really impact the board state as much. He has a nice little ability and mechanic and stuff, but doesn't do anything too spectacular. His attack is only 3, and he has 6, means he should survive in the early game getting up to the castle for Harmonic Balance or something if I want to do it early. So we'll see, but he might get cut. Dark Spirit will ideally combo with Tag Team. I can Tag Team into play and deal 8 damage. And with the movement stuff and Dojo, hopefully he'll be able to get up closer to the castle as well. Final Strike, just more attack and resetting the units. Kuru is just awesome. One-Eyed Matty, he's in here for now. More than anything else, I think his 5/5 body will be useful. But if I do have several units on the board, and I play this card, my opponent's not able to kill it or change the board state in any way, then he can be very good for the turn after he awakens. I might be able to deal a lot of damage. Wotan is not that good. People like to play him, and the thing is, he's not bad. He's not horrible. Just that he's not super useful either. The way I like to think about him is that he is a buff card. So let's say I have my 2/6 skeleton in play, and I play this on the skeleton. Suddenly he's a 7/6 unit with stealth. So from 2 attack went up to 7 attack. So this guy was basically +5 attack and stealth to my skeleton. And I wasted 2 cards. I played the skeleton and I played Wotan on top of it. So if you think of it as a perma buff, then I think that's the best way to think about him. So what are the disadvantages of that? Well, I had to waste the card, obviously. I think that's the biggest disadvantage. And then Wotan's inherent abilities for transform. If that skeleton took damage, let's say skeleton's down to 1 health. When I play Wotan, Wotan's also going to be down to 1 health. So that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks and kind of sucks. But a few things will be good with him, like awaken abilities. If you play Wotan, that can save your awaken ability because that unit will now have stealth, and the awaken ability should still trigger. So if I play this on Matty, then that should be okay. But again, Matty is a 5/5, it's 7/6, so it's really I just gave Matty +2/+1 and stealth, which is not that great for 4 gold. In many cases, Face of the Dragon will just be better than this card. But just wanted to play test him so I can have experience with him, and then I have played him already, but I haven't played him often. I haven't played him a lot. Maybe I'll find out something different, something new. Who knows? In any case, I'll just have fun with this card, and this will probably be one of the first cards I cut. So Captain Redbeard, of course, this guy just comes in for free at 5 gold, and he's awesome. Plus, he can, with Throne in play, he can run up to the castle and pop stuff, so that's cool. And many of my ranged units, when Dojo Master Jinso is in play, then it doesn't matter if they start body blocking your castle to prevent against Kuru, because the range units will come into play and be able to pop the castle. Viroth, I think this card is good. I don't think he's like a bomb as much as Rakanoth and other stuff, but he has a useful ability. However, in this deck, he's not super fantastic. I'm just playing him for the same reason I'm playing Wotan. I just wanted to play him in a deck and get a bit more experience with him. But I'm thinking when I use Harmonic Balance, then this guy will be a bit better. He'll be like a 5/7. So, yeah, I mean, that's not like a good reason or anything, but whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Plus, one or two cool things with him is that I can use Phantom Strike, so I can hit an enemy without taking any retail damage, and that guy should be destroyed. So, we'll see. Shounen, I feel that actually combining with Pirates is one of the strongest Shoudens, because now this guy has range 1, which means he doesn't take any retail damage. That's kind of cool. 5/7 with 5 movement that doesn't take any retail damage. Unfortunately, from the back row, he won't be able to take the castle. But if you just move forward a little bit, then this guy can just run up after awakens and hit the castle, which is awesome. So that's the deck. There are a few cards I wanted to add in here. First things first, Infinity Strike. Why? Because Phantom Strike is here, Eternity Strike is here, and Final Strike is here. That's why Infinity Strike. Typically I don't even name my decks until the very end, but that kind of came to me while building the deck. I'm not running Alpha Strike. It could not make the cut. I don't think it's good enough for this deck. I don't think it's a bad card, but definitely Eternity Strike is better. So, one or two cards I did want to play. I wanted to play Bombard in this deck. I might end up cutting something for Bombard at some point. And right now I'm looking at Witch Doctors, One-Eyed Matty, Wotan, and Vileroth as the cards I'll most likely be cutting at some point. And even Dojo and Throne, one of them might get cut, if not both of them. Other card that I'm not running that I like is Lunge, but so far not sure what to cut for it, and we'll see how the deck plays out. I might swap out something for it. I'm running Tag Team and Final Strike right now, but something might get cut for Lunge. We'll see. And yeah, I think mainly those are the cards I'm thinking about. Bombard and Lunge. I might swap two things later to play Golem, because I know Wotan on Golem can be pretty good. Wotan's a 7/6, and with the Golem's Awaken ability, if I use that, then he'll be a 13/6 with Stealth. So he'll have less health than the Golem. That's the thing. But he'll have Stealth, and he'll have 5 movement instead of just 4 movement. So we'll see if that actually does anything or not. Maybe that can be a trick play. And maybe I won't even try that. I don't know. We'll see. So that's the deck, guys. I will play a few games with it. Not sure how soon I can get to posting some stuff, but you'll see some games. And don't really know what else I can say about the deck. I myself am not sure how it will play, but I'm just looking to try to make Pirate Ninjas work in a non-combo deck and more of just like an aggro deck with a low end curve. Okay, I will see you guys next time.